quick stream right quick. Oh, by the way, shout out to my correspondent. He is in New York covering the Amanda Serrano's Alicia Bumgardner card. So shout out to him. Shout out to Kobe. He's out there covering the fight on my behalf. And yeah, shout out to him. All right. So it was announced that Shakur Stevenson officially will return to the ring in his home of Newark, New Jersey, his hometown. The face a Japanese fighter. At the end of the day, I know people gonna have something to say about why this guy and all this kind of stuff, because Shakur Stevenson has had a lot of trouble finding opponents. You know, Cruz didn't want it. Noravate didn't want it. You know, so quite a few people don't want it with Shakur Stevenson. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you gotta take it how you get it. You know, this isn't the case with Triple G where you had plenty of people raising their hand to fight Triple G, and Triple G wouldn't send none of these guys contracts. Like I said, I thought Triple G was one of the most overrated boxers that I had seen in the last 15 years. And I was proven right. I was ahead of the curve on Triple G. You know, of course, I caught a lot of hate, which I don't care. But, you know, I stood corrected. I'm right about Vasily Lomachenko as well. And I stand by what I say. I'm not worried about backlash. I'm not worried about hate, because at the end of the day, none of y'all pay my bills. And I'm going to say what I have to say. And I'm going to say what I want to say. And I'm going to say what need to be said. If you can't handle what I say on these videos, then you're free not to watch them. I'm not forcing you to watch my videos. I'm not. And if you're going to get triggered every time when I say something about your favorite fighter that you don't like, then maybe this is not the channel for you. And that's just real talk. You know, I'm not begging nobody to watch my channel. So, you know, bounce. Real talk. But nevertheless, Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, and, you know, Craigle was having a discussion, if I'm not mistaken, about Canelo Alvarez, and Andre Ward was calling out the double standards with Canelo. And I've talked about this. I done talked about this on several occasions with Canelo. I've been very critical of Canelo for some of his, you know, his career moves and some of his tactics that he does when he goes into a fight. How basically Canelo is the stipulation king, and he's a weight pimp. You know, of course, you hear this stuff about he's a star and all this kind of, okay, well, that's worn thin, okay? I ain't trying to hear that no more. How long is people going to continue to make excuses for him? And Andre Ward was right. They don't have the same energy towards Canelo. Nobody does. And then you have these super pro black dudes that always want to trash Terrence Crawford, but then they don't call out Canelo. And that's why I started to distance myself from these frauds and these hypocrites and these cornballs, because that's what they are. And I'm going to say this again. Ain't nobody scared of none of you dudes on here. None of y'all. So nobody worried about none of your videos of you pumping iron and all that kind of stuff, and none of that junk, you know, that are, you know, showing videos with you and wife beater shirts and all that stuff. The question is, can you fight? I can fight. Very good. And I'm not telling nobody to run up on me, but if you run up on me, I will defend myself. For real. But I'm just saying, I can't be intimidated by nobody over the internet. For real. Not worried about that stuff. You know, but that's what these dudes do. They like to try to call themselves being mad and getting little attitudes like, you know, girls that got, you know, these are men acting like girls that got they Barbie doll took away from them, like they on punishment when somebody don't want them to follow a script and all that kind of stuff, you know, and get mad. But like I said, I've always been me. I've always been my own person. So just let you guys know, man, ain't nobody scared of y'all. Nobody worried about none of y'all. And that's just real talk. And if a specific person think I'm talking to them, then I'm talking to you. There's quite a few of y'all like that out there. It's a totally different story when you see these dudes at fights. Then they change their whole tune. But I promise you, I ain't gonna change my tune. So, but nevertheless, that's neither here or there. I'm not worried about that. But just sending a quick disclaimer. But for real. But for real, I'm glad Andre Ward called out the double standards, because I've been on Canelo for years about his tactics, his negotiating tactics, him wanting to control the weight and all this kind of stuff. And then I think what triggered me was the fact that he's going to let Bibble come in at 168, whether Bibble said he'd do or not. Why would Canelo sit up there and say, oh yeah, we'll fight at 168, even though I lost to you at 175? No, Canelo need to be like, no, if we gonna fight at 175. At the end of the day, people shouldn't come across as destitute to get in the ring or fight somebody. But Canelo has got away with this for years, creating his own weight class, controlling your weight. He can come in pretty much whatever weight he want to come in, rehydrate to however much he want to come in at, but he puts stipulations on his opponents, and then everybody is cool with that. Say what you want to say. Floyd may have fought at a couple of catchweight fights, but he didn't have rehydration clause. Canelo didn't have no rehydration clause when he fought Floyd Mayweather, so stop it. Canelo came into that fight anywhere, allegedly Canelo came in to the fight with Floyd weighing almost 170 pounds. It was at one, so just stop it. And he got whooped on by Floyd. But this is some of the things about Canelo. Then, not to mention, when you fight Canelo, you already down 4 rounds when you fight Canelo. If I'm not mistaken, when he fought Bibble, the judge gave Canelo the first, I think 2 of the 3 judges gave Canelo like the first 4 rounds. And that was absurd. That was absurd. And anybody that's seen that fight know that Canelo, like, best case scenario, may have won 3 rounds in that fight. You would be generous to say that Canelo won 4 rounds against Bibble. Canelo was thoroughly dominated in that fight. And many people believe, including myself, had Bibble stepped on the gas, put his foot to the metal, he probably would have stopped Canelo. But then here Canelo letting Bibble basically whore himself to get a rematch, and basically, I'll come down and wait to fight you in a rematch, when Canelo should be like, I lost to you, I'll go back up to 175. No, we're not going to fight for undisputed at 168. Now, the funny thing is, it would be hilarious if Canelo lost to Bibble in 2 different weight classes. But then Canelo gets away with that. And that's when Andre Ward was saying, like, hey, man, can we, keep the same energy? Nah, they never keep the same energy. They never keep the same energy for these dudes. Canelo, like I said, has gotten away with this for years. Canelo has got away with questionable competition. He's got away with questionable stipulations, questionable scoring. So it's a lot of questions surrounding Canelo. Then we all know that Canelo got popped for, for PEDs, for eating that mystery meat. So it's a lot of controversy surrounding Canelo. And he doesn't receive the criticism that he should get. All this stuff about he's a superstar and all this kind of stuff. And I understand where Dre is coming from. Okay, that may work. That may have worked occasionally, a couple of times. But now we want to see if you really that dude. We want to see you go back up to 175, fight Bibble, no stipulations, whatever weight Bibble rehydrates to. That's it. That's all. If he rehydrates to 200 pounds, so be it. If you really the number 1 pound for pound fighter, if you really that good, then you shouldn't be making the dude come down. It doesn't matter what Bibble said. You supposed to be the dude that's supposed to be looking and reaching for greatness. You want to call yourself an all-time legend in the game. Well, then go back up there like a man and fight Bivol at 175. Go back up there like a man. And if you get beat again, which you will, you'll get some credit because, okay, you went up there, you ran it back, no stipulations. And that's the problem. Canelo is the stipulation king. He's a weight pimp. He's a weight bully. And you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's always looking for an advantage. And then if you call this stuff out, his fans will say, "Oh, you're a hater. Oh, you don't like him because he's Mexican." Ain't got nothing to do with that. I just don't like the fact that this dude takes advantage of his opponents and he bullies his opponents in negotiations. And then when you fight, you already have a lot going against you when you fight Canelo. Because like I said before, I said this on several occasions. It was proven in Canelo's last fight. When you fight Canelo, when the bell rings, you automatically down 4 rounds. So if this dude is that as good as people say he is and make him out to be, and they say this dude got cojones of steel, well then, like I said, show that you got cojones. 175, no stipulations. All you got to do is make 175 and pass the drug test. Well, yeah. I'll fight him at I fight him at 168. Why? You lost at 175. But now you get to fight at 168, man. Come on, man. And I don't blame Andre Ward for calling that out, man. I don't blame Andre Ward for calling that out. You lost the fight. It should be at 175. And then Tib Bradley, man, sometimes Tib Bradley is cool, but then sometimes Tib Bradley be getting on my nerves sometimes, man. At the end of the day, keep it a buck, Tib. You can say what you got to say, man. And that's the problem with doing these analyst jobs and doing color commentary. Listen, it's like this, man. If I can't say what the hell I want to say, then, man, there's no reason for me to be there. Don't give me no script and don't tell me to call the fight how you think I should call it. Let me say what I want to say. Let me call it how I want to call it. For real. That get nerve-wracking. Tim Bradley be saying some stuff. You be like, Tim, my man, come on, bro. Now you guys know I gotta be cool because they watch these videos. But come on, Tim. For real, bro. Come on, man. And I understand exactly what Dre is saying, man. Enough of this stuff, bro. Now, before somebody come on here, well, Chad Dawson fought Andre Ward at 160, 168. Andre Ward didn't go up. Well, at the time, Andre Ward didn't plan on going up to 175. He still had work to do at 175. Because I know somebody gonna bring that up. Okay. And I'm ready for that. Now, keep in mind, Andre Ward and Chad Dawson had never fought. Chad Dawson has said in several interviews, even when they had the Super 6 going on, before Dre won the whole thing, Chad Dawson would say, hey, I can make 168. I want to get into the Super 6. Chad Dawson said out of his own mouth that he was interested in the Super 6. He kept saying, hey, I can make 168. So Dre obliged. They fought. Dre stopped him. That's it. That's all. So just in case somebody was going to come on here and try to bring that up, gotcha. So Canelo is the one that keeps saying, "Hey, I'm number one pound for pound. I can beat anybody. I got the you know what I'm saying? I could beat anybody. I believe in myself." Okay, well, why all the stipulations? Why all the stipulations? Why stipulation after stipulation? So, just saying, why all the stipulations? How many times Andre Ward kept putting stipulation, weight clause, rehydration clause, all this kind of stuff? Well, Dre ain't got popped for PED use, but Canelo has. So, you know, yeah, well, Canelo, yeah, he did ask for the Floyd Mayweather fight. He did ask for the Floyd Mayweather fight. And here's the thing, once again, Floyd did work with Canelo on the weight. He worked with Canelo on the weight. There was no rehydration clause in the Floyd versus Canelo fight. Canelo came in like almost 170 pounds in that damn fight. So I don't want to hear it. So I don't want to hear about what other people did and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to hear, oh, Andre Ward's a hater. Nah, he ain't a hater. He just keeping it real because, like I said, it's never the same standards with Canelo Alvarez. Can we please keep it a buck? No, we can't keep it a buck because somebody gonna come on here and say all this stuff. They gonna bring up everything that don't have nothing to do with the subject matter. Try to use the boomerang theory or the boomerang effect is where basically you talk about something and then somebody try to throw something back at you instead of sticking to the subject. No, we're not going to ping pong this subject. The subject is the person in question, which is Saul Canelo Alvarez. Ginger, cinnamon, whatever you want to call him. Him. That's a weak move. That's a weak move to make. That is one of the weakest moves ever, to sit up there and tell Bibble, yeah, I'll let you come in at 168 when you lost to him at 175. So once again, Canelo is looking for an advantage. But Canelo was the one, and then Canelo was the one that said, oh, well, if we fight again, it'll be at 175. So please stop the cap. But I'm glad Dre is calling this out, because Dre got more cojones than a lot of these other analysts. Say what you want to say about Dre, but eventually Dre will keep it a buck. Because Dre stayed true to himself. Dre stayed true to himself, and I give him all the credit in the world because he stayed true to himself. But like I said, that's the problem with this stuff. You got to follow a script. Like I said, let these dudes talk how they want to talk. Like I said, that's the problem with doing color commentary. Just like they tried to, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Like I said before, why ain't Vasyl Lomachenko being called out by lamestream media, or should I say other media? Where the pro-black brigade at? Like I said, these dudes always in Bill Haney's face and stuff and asking him to come do interviews with him, but then ain't none of them speaking on the fact that Lomachenko is trying to find every way possible to get out of the Devin Haney fight. When he said he'll do all this stuff, he'll do anything to make the fight. He won't be difficult in negotiations. But now Lomachenko is coming out that Lomachenko is being very difficult in negotiations. But these dudes ain't nowhere to be found. But these cornballs got all the smoke in the world for another black fighter. That's why I keep telling y'all, stop paying these dudes attention. Stop giving them attention. At the end of the day, you can listen to them, but at the end of the day, can you take these dudes really seriously? How many times have I exposed these dudes? And I don't care whether I'm cool with some of them or not. If they be on some BS, they on some BS. I don't have to call their names out, and I don't have to say their names. You know who these dudes are. And I don't care about them not liking me. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't. Like I said before, I'm going to say what I need to say. Like I said, I ain't worried about nobody on here. I ain't worried about nobody on the internet. I ain't worried about none of that stuff. I don't care about you having an attitude. I don't care about you talking about me behind my back. I don't care about none of that stuff. As long as you see me, you don't try to run up on me. We gonna be good. If you know what I'm saying, you don't have to speak to me when you see me. Just keep it, just keep it pushing. Kim, keep it moving. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. So I'm just saying, it's always double standards in boxing. And like I said, Canelo has got away with this junk for years. For years, he's gotten away with this. And nobody don't call him out. For whatever reason. Well, that's what I'm here for. Like I said before, I ain't here to make no friends on here. Like I said, I operate on my own. I ain't got no boss. I operate on my own. Look at the title of my channel. It's called Town Business Sports and Entertainment. Other channels say Town Business All Media. That's what I do. I'm gonna say this again. I don't have no boss. I don't check in with nobody. I'll work on my own. And that's real talk. But yeah, anyway, be back more later. Appreciate y'all listening to me. Out.